Which side you fight for?
Like most, my own. Fought to stay alive. Dying's all the same. Dirt and shite, be it under the Redanian Eagle or the Imperial Sun.
You're angry, wanted to unload. But be that careless and next time.
Don't you understand? There won't be a next time!
You're so used to seeing Geralt with like no emotions. When he's sad, you could genuinely see it. It breaks my heart. Hello everyone, it is the Almighty Jeff, and this is episode 166 of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which could also well be the finale of the main story. Last time, we took on the Wild Hunt itself. We fought off with Eredin, managed to kill him, not unfortunately before he got to Kraken Crate, but we then found basically an explosion was going on at the... it's Falker's Tower, I believe, down in Skellige. Now, we believed that Avalak had used Ciri in our absence whilst we were fighting to his own nefarious ends. However, when we actually got there, we found out that Ciri herself had actually requested it in order to allow her to travel to the White Frost and use her powers to stop it. Now, we couldn't stop her. I don't know if any decisions I've made in the game has been responsible for that, but several months have passed and we've just had a catch up with Yen, Zoltan and Dandelion. So yeah, we've just got the last quest to do, Something Ends, Something Begins. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about with these guys. Let's find out.
You just invent this count bit. Quite the imagination for one who's sober.
Geralt will vouch for me. Tell him, I've always said I'm a count.
True, you have always said so.
Just nobody's bothered to verify it.
What's with this count business all of a sudden?
Well, when we finally leave this God's forsaken dunghole, I plan to reclaim my heritage, the titles and estates that are rightfully mine.
Got plans for all these lands and titles?
I'll take possession of them. Of course, there's also the issue of progeny.
Is that so? Mean you finally found a lassie worthy of the great Dandelion?
My dear friend and companion. Why, my heart belongs to the one and only Priscilla, known also as Calinetta.
You're gonna get with Priscilla. Interesting.
Right, true. But the rest of your anatomy?
I resent the insinuation, and hasten to remind you that you are talking to a count.
No need for the count to get riled. Rather, you told us how your beloved is.
Recovered, mostly. Even started singing again. Her voice is a little lower pitched, gravelly. Actually, sounds a little better. Thanks for helping back then, Geralt. Meant a lot.
Dandelion's with Priscilla. I love.
Friends for. Give her my best.
Don't worry, I will. Give her a kiss, even. A bit from you, mostly from me.
I love you,
I'm
Dandelion.
going rabbit hunting. Dandelion?
Glad to have some rabbit stew. But freezing my ass off to amass the ingredients did not sign up for that. I'll gather the herbs, spices. No stew is complete without some sun-drenched thyme and the aroma of rosemary.
Aye, the fields are covered with rosemary blooming like wild just before Yule, aren't they?
That's why I'll be gathering my herbs from the kitchen.
So long.
Geralt, pal.
Geralt?
Okay, I take it that is that. Okay, well apparently we're going
Sadly, all out of turtle
oh,
milk.
you've got a mug hanging in the air there.
Swimming, that is.
What was that stuff we drank yesterday, after the charred oak spirit?
My very own thrice distilled plum brandy. Everyone's talking on it, though I tapped the barrels just recent.
Likely to get more patrons now.
Truth be told, got my hands full with you lot. But I, place will likely fill up more come evening. I cannot work out why the old inn wife abandoned this tavern and moved to Ruststone.
Okay. What is going on?
What was that stuff we drank
No.
yesterday?
My very
Likely to get...
truth. I can't.
Okay, that was weird.
So long.
Right. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna move out for game glitches again. Oh, it's very frosty. Oh.
Hey! Bloody hell! Ow! Blowing ear pits!
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa.
Go.
I'm on the runaway horse. Wait, what? What just happened? Oh my goodness me.
I
Because
think the nag would know me after all these years. They're smart, grow attached, a bit like people. Saw officers weep for their fallen mounts, though wailing women and crying babes didn't move them one bit.
I think this part of the game needs a bit of a look over, but whatever.
Which side you fight for?
Like most, my own. Fought to stay alive. Dying's all the same. Dirt and shite, be it under the Redanian eagle or the Imperial sun. No glory in it.
Been away long?
A year. Not quite. But it feels like more, let me tell you.
They force you to join?
Nah, I was eager to fight. Thought I'd bring home more than just the scars on my back. Did see a chunk of the world, though. Some mammoth battles, a few famous generals from afar, and lots of horsens. Didn't see the Emperor take Novigrad, but I don't regret it. Beautiful city. But I wonder what awaits me back home.
So yeah, that confirms it. Nilfgaard won the war. Shame.
Glad to see the horses in good hands.
The best. His owners. Do you miss me, Golden, huh? Do you miss me?
I'd say he did. Bolted off soon as he sensed you. Toppled anyone in his way.
Do you mark anyone calling after him? Ploughing in armpits or some such? But one man here curses so odd, my neighbour, Mirko. Gave him Golden to care for when I left. Ought to go see him, must be worried. Here. Token of my appreciation for running after Golden, to see he was alright.
Oh, thank you. Faithful friend.
Peasants do the dying.
Alright. But my horse. Come on, Roach. There's my girl. Alright, we're going to talk to the hunter. So yeah, so... I thought they'd come to an agreement that Novigrad would remain sort of its own... Well, it's Redania, isn't it? Redania would seem... No, is it? No. No, sorry, not Redania. Temeria would remain like a vassal state. Which I don't think Novigrad falls under that. I think it's Temerian Novigrad, so... But the way he said it sounded like it got a good sacking, which sounds quite sad.
You cleared the area of beasts your last time through.
Rabbit hunting this time around.
Ah, so that's it. Maybe you come round, visit us this eventide. Verka's baking a pie.
I don't know if...
As you will. You're always welcome.
Okay.
Looking for trouble?
Seems we've got a new... Well, there's no notices at all, so... What the game's on about. Yeah, I wonder, might be worth actually popping back over to Novigrad and seeing... It could very well have been sacked and then rebuilt and now it looks exactly the same as before, but... I don't know.
She's gone.
Mad she had to wait.
No, eager to roam the fields. Prepared the cover scents and oiled the jaw traps all by herself.
Make a good hunter, wouldn't she?
Nah, too impatient, that one. Probably snatching rabbits barehanded, putting them in the traps because they're too slow to step in themselves.
Where'd she go?
Not far. Over yonder.
Farewell.
Wait, she? Is it his wife we're going with? Oh, have you got? Oh, is it Ciri? I hope it's Ciri. That would be nice. It didn't seem the little intro to this quest didn't seem quite melancholy enough to suggest that she. Oh, well, there it is. There she is. Hi, Ciri. You gave me a good bloody scare last time, didn't you? You cheeky sod.
Not up to hunting rabbits anymore?
Not really.
What now?
Nothing. Just sitting, waiting for you. It's nice here.
Wait till you see Dol Blethana in winter, and the Blue Mountains. We'll head east soon as the snow melts. Think we might have settled in a bit too much.
You promised to show me that griffin's nest before we left. Let's go now.
You actually interested?
Absolutely. You said it yourself. A royal griffin's a rare sight.
Not that rare. Venture to say we'll have to slay a couple more before we get back to Kaer Morhen. But if you want to see the nest, it's just up the hill.
Come.
Is she a witcher? Is she back with us? Oh my god. Yay! We got the good ending. We got a good ending.
We're supposed to train today.
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow at sunup then. Work you hard like I did in the good old days. Probably been a while since anyone showed you just how much you still have to learn.
She seem a bit distant, to be honest, but... Oh, come on.
Almost there.
And I suppose Kaer Morhen's not been the same since old Uncle Vesemir met his match. What are you dealing with, Eskel and Lambert? Well, actually, is Lambert... He's gone off with Keira Metz, hasn't he? So is it just Eskel? Is anyone at Kaer Morhen anymore? I don't know.
Careful now.
This is no time for you to lecture me.
Ciri, wait. There's something in there.
We really don't need to play hare and hounds.
Oh,
Ciri.
Hey. Come back here. You gonna get some hits in, Ciri? Just gonna leave it all to me. Getting sloppy.
What?
What's bugging her so much?
Faster. That's all it needed to be to rip your shoulder wide open.
But it wasn't, and it didn't. We killed it. What is this about?
You're angry, wanted to unload. But be that careless and next time...
Don't you understand? There won't be a next time.
What are you on about?
Ciri, what are you talking about?
I'm sorry, it's not a good time.
Want to head back? All right, enough. Let's go fishing.
I'm so confused. What's you on about there won't be a next time? Ciri, are you coming? Wait. What's going on? She gonna turn off and run the other way?
We bring Dandelion a nice fat perch and he just might forget about the rabbit stew. Shame he didn't come along. He could use a bit of exertion.
There's definitely something on her mind. What could it be? I mean, Nilfgaard's won the war, which means Emir is basically the emperor of the continent.
Uh-huh.
Oh, bloody hell, Ciri, come on.
How exactly do you plan to catch anything?
You'll see.
Is that bugging her or something? Oh.
I'll be damned.
Should we go?
No, no way. Lake's gotta be full of perch, bream, or pollard. Fresh pollard. Would you like that?
I wouldn't mind some, but do we plan to wait here until he leaves?
No, we'll scare him off.
How?
I'll improvise. Wait here.
Okay, throw a bomb. Okay. Peekaboo.
An old witcher's trick for tough winters. Not terribly subtle, but
Effective.
remember, don't ever do this.
Why show it to me at all, then?
Just in case. Never know what could happen on the path, what could save your life.
Oh, don't have to go diving for it.
All right, let's go.
Who taught you that?
Vesemir. A long time ago.
How long?
Very. Back when I wanted to call myself Geralt Roger Eric Duot Pelagarcy.
What on earth?
Tell you about it tonight.
And about the time you broke your leg after wagering you jump off the roof of Kaer Morhen and land a horse's back?
How do you even know about that?
Eskel told me. But I want to hear you tell it. I'm certain you have a rational explanation.
Okay, where are we going?
You never gave me piggyback rides at Kaer Morhen, remember? Vesemir was the only one willing.
Oh. Saw that coming.
Wait till now to remind me. You've put on some weight since Kaer Morhen.
This is too adorable.
Hey.
There's something ominous hanging over this entire quest, isn't there?
Ciri.
We should get back. Remember me training on the pendulum? How I feared I'd never manage, yet you forbade me from giving up. I was black and blue practically all the time. That pendulum was a nightmare.
How could I forget?
Those months at Kaer Morhen, they passed so quickly. I wish we'd spent more time together then.
This quest is giving me really weird feelings. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm happy that Ciri's alive. Fundamentally. Considering that was up in the air after the last quest. But something's going on. Is that Nilfgaard? She's not taken up Amir's offer, has she?
Almost managed to forget it was today. They're here for me, Geralt. I'm going to Nilfgaard, to Emir. I know you didn't expect this, but in Vizima, my father and I spoke. For long. Argued, really, and parted. Then a messenger came with a letter. I didn't say anything at first because I wasn't sure, and then I realized I had to stop fleeing. I realized that if I wish to change anything, I cannot do so hunting monsters round forgotten villages. I must do so from there, from Nilfgaard.
You could have told me, warned me.
I wanted to, but I didn't know how. I've been happy here. I was afraid I'd ruin it. I wanted to make every minute count.
So, back at the nest, how was about this? I didn't pry. Didn't want to force you to tell me. Thought we had time. A lot more time. You make this choice on your own?
If you mean to suggest Yennefer had anything to do with this, then the answer is no.
Great. She even know?
No. And I'd prefer she not get involved this time.
I'll let you tell her that. Is this what you want?
Yes. You'll not try to stop me. Take me to the Blue Mountains by force.
Traveled half the world to find you, but I never intended to force anything on you.
I know.
You'll be fine. You're a witcher.
We needn't say goodbye.
Of course we don't.
I don't know when we'll see each other again.
You know where to find me.
You can't possibly stay at Kaer Morhen all the time.
Makes no difference. You'll find me.
True.
Remember what I taught you. Never know, could be useful there too.
You're so used to seeing Geralt with like no emotions. When he's sad, you could genuinely see it. It breaks my heart. I love these two so much. Even more so since I've been reading the books. I'm a good way into the novels now as well, so I'm getting more of this. She should at least say goodbye to Yen. I get why she wouldn't want to, because Yen's a lot more stubborn than Geralt. But she is her mother. You know. It's a bit unfair to not. But fucking hell, it's melancholy, isn't it? Could I have... This is my fault, isn't it? I just realised I was so caught up with my own emotions, I wasn't really listening to what they're saying. Now it's sort of sinking in, and she's like, well, back when you took me to see Emir, we talked, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have taken her. I shouldn't have taken her to see Emir, should I?
The Third Northern War ended. The invader from the south achieved complete victory. Robbed of Radovid's tactical genius, the northern realms could not withstand Emir's countless legions. Black banners appeared over Novigrad and all Redania. Weary of rebel raids, Emir Var-Emreis conceded, restoring Temeria as a realm in liege to the Empire. When the guerrillas laid down their arms, the Emperor shifted his forces to other fronts. Through Nilfgaard's victory, Temerians got their country back, and history once again proved a consummate trickster. Having dealt with Radovid, Emir of Var-Emreis did the same with enemies domestic. The Emperor's loyal spies named all who had conspired against him, traitors, soldiers, and aristocrats alike. Though their mutiny had only been a murky plan, the Emperor showed no mercy, as was his wont. While the continent lay engulfed by war, Skellige bloomed under Ceres's enlightened rule.
Where's my girl?
Unlike those who had come before her, the young queen did not raid foreign shores, looking instead to her people, tending to her land.
As it should be.
The island-bound nation prospered, though its fangs of yore were dulled. After years in exile, Ciri returned to Nilfgaard, her paternal home, where Emir prepared to name her his successor. The woman had the necessary qualities. From her father, she'd inherited an empress's political instincts. From Geralt, she had gained a sense of simple human decency. Few monarchs boast both traits, which is quite a shame. While monarchs moved borders and populations, Geralt and Yennefer lived a calm, quiet life, far from all things political. They breakfasted well after noon, more often than not in bed, and passed the days on lazy strolls and long conversations.
My loves.
Boring, you say? Perhaps. But both had sought this more than anything else.
Well, that's lovely. I mean, like I said, I'd have loved it if Ciri could have stayed with Geralt and Yen. But fundamentally, it was her choice. And I know I was saying then I shouldn't have taken her to Emir. That's me taking a choice away from her. Like, I could have... Yes, I could have probably stopped her from visiting him, and then that probably would have led to a different ending, because I am aware there are multiple endings. I knew that going into the game. But it's given her that option, and she chose that option. And fundamentally, it is a better thing for the continent that she's now basically the Empress of the continent now that Nilfgaard won the war. So I guess that's one little good thing that's come from Nilfgaard winning. Because obviously Temeria had basically become a sort of not even a major state since Foltest's death. But Redania was not a good country under Radovid, so I'm kind of like, if it had come to it and he was in charge, or actually I don't know how different it would have been if we'd allowed Dijkstra to survive and sacrificed Roachves and Tala, which we was never going to do. That was never even a possible outcome for me, because we're very loyal to our friends, obviously. But yeah, I would be interested. I probably am going to go on and look at those other endings and see how things could have gone differently, but I'm content with the ending that we got. I probably would have been happier personally had Ciri become a Witcher and just lived with Geralt and Yen, but I understand that we probably got, for the continent, the better ending. I think, I don't know, maybe you guys, if you have played this game, can let me know in the description, in the comments even, if you had a different ending, if you think your ending was better. But obviously, after the last episode, I was thinking, is Ciri even alive? Like, it seems, the atmosphere didn't seem melancholy enough when it had the jump forward to suggest that she was dead, so I kind of had that ray of hope there. I didn't think she was. I was like, there's no way I was going to be so cheery and then he's going to go out and visit Ciri's grave or something like that. So I figured she survived, but I wasn't sure what the situation was. But yeah, that is that. I mean, we still got we've got a ways to go yet. We've got hearts. We've got, well, keep coming back to it. We've got that bloody basilisk or whatever it is on that island. That's the last thing in the base game that we have yet to do. Then we've got Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, and I know Hearts of Stone is it's not that long. Maybe take us a few weeks to do. I know Blood and Wine is a pretty sizable DLC, and I've been told it's one of the best game DLCs of all time. So I'm very excited to get into that. But as it comes to leaving off the main story of this game, this has genuinely been one of the greatest games I've ever played. This is right up there with Red Dead 2 and Life is Strange and like Assassin's Creed 2 and Revelations and stuff like that. When I started this game, I remember because I think that's when I did like my last game ranking. We were pretty early into Witcher 3, and I said Witcher 1 I really enjoyed. Witcher 2 I felt was a bit of a disappointment, although I do want to give that another go because I felt the reason I didn't get on very well with Witcher 2 was it was very lore heavy, and if you didn't understand the scope of what the continent was and the politics of it all, it's very confusing. And when I went into that, I had no idea about anything. I didn't know about any of the countries or any of the leaders or the kings or the whole thing with the Scoia'tael and the Blue Stripes and everything like that. I'm still not completely there. I am about 3/4 of the way through Blood of Elves at the moment when it comes to the novels. I've still got a ways to go. I've got the rest of Blood of Elves and I think another 4 novels after that to get through. But I'm still a lot more versed in Witcher lore now than I was when I did that game. So it may be worth another go, maybe a stream at some point in the future. I know I always say that about games, like I'll come to a stream about it and then don't stream for over a year. But I'd quite be interested in giving that another go and going down Yorveth's path and joining the Scoia'tael, because I imagine the story is quite different if we do that. So that might be a thing in the future. But this game on its own was so good. So good. It deserved, I think it won Game of the Year in 2015, didn't it? It so deserved it. I mean, I'm not quite sure off the top of my head what its competition was. But yeah, in terms of RPG games, this has been the best one I've ever played. But yeah, I can't sing this game's praises enough. The acting, Doug Cockle, who's been the voice of Geralt, he's the voice I hear when I'm reading the books. I always hear Doug Cockle's voice. He is the definitive Geralt. I say that. Henry Cavill also did an amazing job in the Netflix show, but Doug Cockle's voice is always the one that I hear when I'm reading. But all the actors for Ciri, Yen, Triss, Vesemir, Eskel, Lambert, Zoltan, Dandelion, all fantastic, and the world was so lived in and so amazing that you could just interact with it in the slightest ways, and there are so many different paths you can go down. You know, if you just follow the main story straight through, you're missing out on so much, which I can also say that the same for Skyrim. But I think this is one of the games where it's so easy just to deviate because it almost encourages you to do so. Like, you'll get side quests open up whilst you're doing main quests and stuff like that, but it's so cool. There's so many amazing things. Gwent is another thing. I loved playing Gwent, you know that. I always got very excited when he had a new Gwent player to go around with. The contracts were great. The interactivity with killing monsters and going out different approaches, that was also very good. Yeah, I'm just going to end up sitting here and just continuing to praise The Witcher 3, even though we're not even finished yet. But yeah, the main story was wonderful. A great cap off to Ciri's story. I don't know if she's going to pop up again in either of the DLCs. I don't know if any of the other characters are, if it's just going to be Geralt. But if not, you know, it's like I said, with Ciri it's bittersweet, but, you know, I'm content with the ending that we got, and Geralt going off to live with Yennefer, it's what he's always wanted, so it's nice that we finally got the ending for those two, and they don't even have the Djinn forcing them to stay together. They've put aside the curse and just found that they still loved each other anyway, which was really wonderful. I was very happy with that quest. But yeah, hopefully Dandelion becomes a count and has all the privileges and a lovely life with Priscilla. I wasn't expecting that. He's always been a bit of a womanizer, wasn't Dandelion? And Priscilla was the one that he sort of treated with more respect because they were friends fundamentally and not lovers. And now, as it turned out, that was the one he was destined to be with. So that was lovely as well. And you know, Zoltan's just doing his own thing. We love Zoltan. We love all the dwarves really. They're definitely the funniest and the most loyal of the characters. But yeah, I don't know if there's going to be anything post credits. I am gonna, because if you know me, when I play games, I always let the credits run out completely. They're probably going to be pretty long. It's a massive game, but I'm probably going to cut off the face cam and then I'll sit here and wait. And if there's any post credit cutscenes, I'll still be here to react to them, and I'll put like a timestamp up. But if not, I will be seeing you in the next one. So before I pop, let me take a second to thank my amazing patrons. My £5 patron is Ron Hyler. You can find links to his channel as well as my other £3 patrons in the description down below. And also going to see credit to my £1 patron. Thank you so much, everyone. It is truly appreciated, and it goes a long way to help the channel, so I do thank you a lot for that. And if you should become a patron, you can follow the link in the description down below. But you don't have to do that because at the end of the day, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one for the first part of The Witcher 3 Heart of Stone. Bye, guys.